Hello, Zilly here, and welcome to my discussion about why the CIS are good guys, basically. Okay, so we are going to start just quickly by talking about Geonosis as the CIS capital. Basically, it's an outer rim planet. We know that the Geonosians were basically an insectoid race. They agreed to support the CIS and supported building them an army. Especially considering that basically battle droids were becoming kind of more illegal by the beginning of the Clone Wars. Now, we also know that the Republic was basically overtaxing, especially places like the Outer Rim. And yeah, they were pretty much so corrupt that they eventually ended up promoting a Sith Lord to be a Chancellor. Now, you know, the fact that the Sith is in charge shouldn't really matter, but isn't about that. So, as the leader of the CIS, we have Count Dooku, who is an ex-Jedi, a well-respected ex-Jedi, who basically decided that the Republic just wasn't good anymore, and the Jedi Order was basically just pretty much corrupt as well, and just arrogant, which, as we know, is basically true. I mean, if it wasn't for that, they probably would not have fallen to the Sith, so... And then we have leaders like Grievous, who, for those of you who know, basically was a part of the Kali Huck War, which the Republic stepped in on and basically crushed his race and his planet, even though the Hucks were the invaders. But obviously, they were more important to the Republic, so the Republic sided with them. Now, it's a bold claim, I suppose, to say that the CIS are good guys. Now, this isn't really including the Trade Federation so much around the time of the Battle of Naboo, because the Trade Federation are their own thing. And we know that the Neimoidians are kind of born to be greedy on their homeworld. So, to blame everything on the Trade Federation isn't really fair. However, we will bring them up time to time. And obviously they and other corporations of the CIS did do some evil things. Now, some of them had reasons, others, like actually attacking Naboo was kinda just really just not good in any way. Except for when you count that Naboo was basically a huge supporter of the Republic, and later on became essentially one of the Empire's main worlds. Although it did start by rebelling against the Empire at first. As we know, even like someone like Captain Panaka became basically a Grand Moff later on. Okay, so back to Geonosis. And basically the beginning of the Clone Wars, before the war even begins. We have Obi-Wan committing espionage on Count Dooku and the leaders of the corporations. Now, a Jedi going to an outer rim planet isn't necessarily, in my opinion, counted as evil, but the fact that he was straight up spying and basically trying to learn information about the build-up of the CIS military, which, admittedly, is something to be worried about. But the Republic already knew about the CIS trying to build up a military. And, it's hard to say exactly how good the Republic military was at that time. Basically, around the Phantom Menace, they basically didn't really have anything, but we do have some sources that say like they had like a bit of a fleet and stuff. Obviously, the Neimoidians being afraid of attack by the Republic, that would make sense. However, obviously, the Jedi do most of the work. Anyway, the point is, everyone committed espionage. Now, do I think that death for that is a bit much? Sure, but this is. I mean, they're trying to prove that Republic law doesn't really matter to them anymore. Therefore, they are supporting Geonosian laws. Now, if you want to say the Geonosians have the wrong laws, that's fine, but surely they could have done a more peaceful solution. But no, instead, Mace Windu immediately intends to send an army there. Now, in the meantime, Anakin and Padme show up. Now, to be fair, it's probably best that they did show up. Try and rescue everyone. But they immediately start slaughtering Geonosians. Now, obviously, to any regular person watching the movie, it's like, they're bugs, who cares, right? But for those of you that are more aware, the Geonosians are, in fact, they're citizens of the CIS. They basically are basically the same as just humans, really, except buggy. So, it's basically just plain murder, really. I mean, with the droids, you can kind of understand it, but still, I mean, especially since the Jedi should, they should be peaceful. They should always seek a peaceful resolution. But that's not what happened here. Now, you can say that Anakin at the time was pretty much evil, but come on, I mean, Mace Windu was also bringing an army. So we can't really blame that one on Anakin, since it's obvious that's what all the other Jedi are doing too. Okay. So yeah, we get to Mace Windu and his Jedi army invading. What do? They start killing everyone, like Jango Fett, Geonosians, just everyone just gets killed. So the Republic wins, basically, the Battle of Geonosis by bringing in a clone army that theoretically most CIS citizens and stuff would have no idea it was coming. No one would have expected the Republic to actually have an army prepared. With that said, though, they were building up the droid army to protect themselves, so it's obvious that the Republic attacked first. The Republic attacked first, and the Confederacy had to defend itself. They had to retreat from their world, which could be a sign of not wanting to kill. I mean, even the fact that the Republic and uses clones alone is pretty evil, really, if you think about it. It depends on how you feel about clones, I guess, but since in the animated series they're shown to be basically humans anyway, you can count that it's basically evil. And while I could understand like senators and stuff agreeing with that, even regular people being like, forget them, they're clones. Does anyone find it odd that the Jedi are so, like, okay with using basically slave armies? Like, that's basically what they are. They're no different. The only difference is that they're bred in a test tube instead of taken from some other planet. So, yeah, and as we know, basically after the Clone Wars, a lot of the Confederate remnants and stuff eventually joined the New Republic. Now, this is more okay because the New Republic is mostly made up of, Boffins and Mon Calamari and stuff. These races were kind of a bit more neutral during the Clone Wars. So, we have these neutral races, and the Confederacy worlds join and form the New Republic. Now, later on, we have worlds like Curzon and stuff join the New Republic. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for listening.